Hello guys, welcome back to Stopgap Solutions. So let's learn today art and culture and introduction. So सबसे पहले we'll start with the development in phases, right? So I've seen most of us get confused in the timeline regarding history. So I thought I'll start from here only. So first of all comes Stone Age from 1 million years to 2500 BC. मोस्टली जो आर्ट एंड कल्चर यहाँ डिपिक्ट होता है दैट इज पेंटिंग बेसिकली इन caves. Next are Indus Valley civilization. Timeline from this is 2500 to 1750 BC. Here we read about architecture and sculpture. Okay. इसके बीच में हमारा आता है वैदिक एज, राइट? अर्ली वैदिक and later Vedic. But we don't read much about it because in that period of time बहुत ज़्यादा आर्ट एंड कल्चर का कुछ डेवलपमेंट नहीं हुआ था. So directly we come to Mauryas. Timeline 300 BC, 180 BC. Here we read about stupa architecture mainly, cave architecture, sculpture, and most important, independent stone pillars. The next, post-Mauryan age, which is about 200 BC to 300 AD. Here we read again about stupa architecture, cave architecture, sculpture, temple. But apart from that, we also read about paintings. Now comes the Guptas. Timeline is 320 AD to 550 AD. This age, also known as Golden Age for art and culture. Here we read about cave architecture, sculpture, temple architecture, painting, also about dance, drama, and music. And then comes the post-Guptas, which comes in later. Apart from this timeline, we will also study about South architecture, right? Like Sangam age. Very, very important from exam point of view. So first we will start with independent stone pillars. These were mainly created by Ashoka. They were used for basically two purposes: to convey message and instruction to subject people. Like in that period हमारे यहाँ नेट अवेलेबल नहीं था ना, इंटरनेट अवेलेबल नहीं था. सो what they used to do, what the kings used to do, वो कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे स्टोन्स पे कुछ 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 इंग्रेविंग्स करवाते थे सो दैट द पीपल, द सब्जेक्ट कम टू नो अब राजा ने क्या नया आदेश दिया है, क्या नया टैक्स लगाया है, क्या नया रूल बनाया है. सो दैट इज व्हाट बेसिकली दीज थिंग्स. Apart from it, it was symbolic of kingly authority. What does it mean? Like there is a king, okay, and then the kings change. They used to change obviously, but हर किसी को तो पता नहीं चलेगा ना. The subject usually don't come to know about it. So what they do, जब भी कोई नया किंग आता था तो उसके ऊपर अपनी इंग्रेविंग्स करवा दिया या कुछ नए रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस करा दिया. So it was basically a symbolic kind of thing also. So examples for independent stone pillars: Sanchi, Sarnath. So now we come to know about the features. So the Ashokan pillars especially, they were made up of sandstone. और वो sandstone कहाँ से आता था? Chunar and Mathura region. Like Chunar and Mathura region. Now comes about the features of this pillar, right? इसके दो parts होते थे basically, shaft and capital. Shaft, which is about 30 to 40 feet tall, tapers, so the width of pillar is non-uniform. Now what do you mean by tapers, right? So pillar कुछ ऐसा होता था, tapering. So that means कि अब ये width ज़्यादा हो जाएगी, ये width कम हो जाएगी. Got it? Yeah. यहाँ हम ठीक से देखते हैं. So this part, whole part, is called capital loft, and then this whole part was known as shaft, which was basically monolith, round, and no ornamentation. Monolith मतलब ये पूरा पार्ट आपका सिंगल सैंडस्टोन से बना होता था, लाइक नॉट लाइक पीसेस कि आपने पीसेस बनाए एंड उसके ऊपर रख दिए. नो, these were like single pieces. And one thing to remember is यहाँ कोई बेस नहीं होता था in ashokan pillars, right? That I will tell you later also. So now comes to this part. This is called the capital loft, the whole part. Now here एक base usually inverted lotus होता था या bell shaped होता था. Apart from that, this middle region is called abacus. So abacus was engraved with flowers, animals, figures. Means यहाँ पे कुछ भी हो सकता था, flowers, animals, figures, anything. And सबसे ऊपर on top of that, animals. So animals could be your lion, bull, elephant. Anything could be your animal figure. So these are the features of ashokan pillars. Now, there's a confusion. Few historians believe that ashokan pillars were inspired by achaemenid columns. Right. So what is this achaemenid columns? Achaemenid empire was Iranian empire which existed before the Mauryas, right? Mauryas का जो time frame था हमारा, it existed before that. And उसमें एक famous king Darius. अगर आपने ancient history पढ़ा है तो you must have read about Darius also. So Emperor Darius built such stone pillars in his buildings, right? India and Iran had cultural contacts, and some historians that's why suggested that Ashokan pillars were inspired by them because of the following similarities. So, पहला similarity, they both made up of stone. दोनों stone से बने होते हैं. Both have two parts, right? Capital plus shaft. And both have polished surface and animal figure at the top. दोनों काफी पॉलिश्ड होते थे एंड दोनों पे एनिमल फिगर होता था टॉप के ऊपर, राइट? सो बिकॉज ऑफ दीज सिमिलैरिटीज हिस्टोरियंस यूज्ड टू थिंक दैट कि अशोका अकेमाइड एम्पायर से इंस्पायर होकर इस टाइप के पिलर्स यहाँ बनवाया. बट देयर इज अ डिफरेंस ऑल्सो. डिफरेंस, let me tell you. So here in Ashokan pillars, we have a monolithic culture, right? Wait a minute. Yeah. So these are monolithic. Monolithic means single, one piece. But in Achaemenid, the pillars were constructed in parts. Like पहले ये पार्ट बनाया, ये पार्ट बनाया, ये पार्ट बनाया एंड तीनों को कंबाइन कर दिया. So this is the difference, main difference. उसके अलावा here you see there is no base in Ashokan pillars, but Achaemenid they used to make a base. Right. So these were the basic differences because of which we can say that Ashoka was not inspired by Achaemenid. Though there were some similarities, but they were not inspired by that, right? And yeah, I forgot to tell you that sometimes there were inscriptions in that. Ashoka used to make some inscriptions, which I've told you about, some new rules, new victory, new taxes, or anything which you want to propagate, right? So these were your independent Ashokan pillars. So now if you feel that this session was worth watching and you want that मैं आपके लिए ऐसे और सेशंस लेके आऊँ on the whole art and culture series, then please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.